for the companies that we work with, large media and entertainment companies, the benefits of migrating to a cloud operation are pretty obvious on managing scale, managing global distribution, dynamic scale, and flexibility of adopting new features, et cetera. So it really comes down to the unexpected that will arise often and always. So, we tend to support companies that have very complex workflows that include transcoding, adaptive bitrate packaging, automated QC, dynamic advertising insertion, DRM, et cetera. And along the way, there are going to be lots of different things that you didn't expect. And I was thinking through before the call this morning, just a couple of examples that I can share with that. But one that came to mind was recently we were helping a large media company in the US launch a new broadcast content prep workflow. And as it was built and as we were sort of in the POC stage right before launch, the customer realized that they were receiving content from their various content partners where the audio was just really, there was a lot of issues where the audio wasn't unified. There was loudness differences. There were some audio channels that were muted, and so they relied on us very quickly to build a set of new features that where we could actually detect that and then repair that. And because we were able to do that, they didn't have to go and reject a whole set of content that they would they were going to have to if they hadn't either thought that through beforehand, which they didn't, or had an architecture or a partner that would be able to solve that. And just very recently as well, we have another streaming service provider, a monster, that is now launching internationally. And as Maxim was just talking about, you now are dealing with audio and subtitles in different languages so that you want to maximize your audience, right? So rather than the customer wanting to have to retranscode or repackage all of their content, which is 20, 30,000 hours of content and growing for each different country in each different language, they asked us to build a set of features that allow us to take an intermediary format and then repackage from there with the different audio or different caption files or subtitle files or whatnot. So really it's about when planning this move and making this move, it's either designing yourself or working with vendors who have architectures in place that can quickly add new tools to meet these ever-changing, evolving requirements, because you can't predict what those are coming into it, but they will appear, and they appear often. So I think that's really a critical component and a really, like I said earlier, a different mindset from working with shrink wrap software when there's a bug and you report that bug and they say, great, we'll add it to our product roadmap, and 6 months later, it'll be available, versus working with a cloud-based software as a service that turns it around in 3 days.
Yeah.
Right. And that whole world has changed. And if you're a vendor out there, you need to be thinking of that too, right? Because you need to be able to do that from a competitive perspective as well.